Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for tonight's team call. Super busy day, super excited. We have Summit tomorrow, so we want to get this show on the road. Announcements, obviously. Summit is here. Invite as many people as you can into our Glimpse into Coaching group. We're going to post while we're there, get people excited so they can see what we are all about. So, if you aren't inviting people to the coaching opportunity, do it tonight, do it tomorrow, do it this week. Put as many people in that group as you possibly can. So who can you invite? Anybody that you want on your team, anybody that is inspirational, motivational, anybody that is kind of attracts positive, like-minded people. Like those are the people that you want on this team. So invite them, say, hey, we have this amazing team. I'm brand new to this, but I'm really excited. Would you want to check out some information? That's all you need to say. It can be that simple. So add people into that group, and we're going to be going live at Summit in that group so people can kind of feel our energy because it's going to be a lot. And Leah is going to talk all about Summit, how to kind of use that energy tonight. June Success Club prize webcast will be, the prize will be a webcast with Rachel Hollis. She does Girl Wash Your Face. It's a really good book. If you haven't read it, listen to it. It's really good if you listen to it. All the info groups are always up, so you can plug people in, especially us people going to Summit. I think it would be great to do a 3-day refresh after Summit because I'm going to have some ice cream. And then Chewy Mindset obviously is up. So promote that. Super Saturday. You're not going to Summit, make sure you get there. It's either July 7th or July 8th, depending on where you're located in your area. So make sure, just mark that off in your calendar. Go to your Coach Online office, and you can see where the closest Super Saturday is to you. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, ask your coach. Mes de Mas, early access, June 11th. So that is the Spanish program that just came out. If you have a good network of Spanish-speaking people, obviously that would be great to mention that to them. And then obviously Lift 4, everything is rolled out pre-sale right now. They get the 4 new preview workouts. All the different options are in our team page. Go check that out. And that's it for announcements. So Leah is going to take it over with what you need to know about Summit and using it to your best potential.
All right. Everybody can see me? All right. Awesome. All right. So this call is going to be twofold, right? There are many people that are going to Summit. There are many people that are not going to Summit. I know you're probably sad. Either way, I want you to think about the things, and I'm going to kind of say, if you're going to Summit, do this. If you're not going to Summit, do this. Either way, this point in the year, we are just about halfway through the year, which is crazy to think. And it's a really good time, regardless of whether you're going to Summit or not, to really reflect and to use what you've done for the first half of the year to either propel you or to make modifications and changes. So if you are going to Summit, I'm sure you guys are all super, super pumped and excited because you'll be there in the next couple of days. It's very easy, especially if this is your first time, to get overwhelmed with all of the information that you're going to receive there. What is really key and important, and even if you've been there multiple times, is to set an intention before you go on what you want to work on and what you want to learn. What are the top 1 to 3 areas that you want to focus on for your business? What do you want to get out of the Summit experience because there's going to be workshops, there's going to be different coaches speaking, then there's going to be, personal development seminar, or the big personal development seminars. There's going to be so much information, but if you already go into the event thinking, okay, this is what I want to focus on, X, Y, and Z, I guarantee when you're listening, those things are going to they're going to click better, right? And I think something that's really important to do, which I personally know that I didn't do the last 2 years, and I can speak from my own personal experience. When I went to Summit last year, I was not at the place in my business where I wanted to be. I was excited to go to Summit, but I was at the same time focusing on almost like all of the things that I hadn't achieved yet, what I wasn't doing, that I wasn't walking, that my team wasn't where I wanted to be. And I had, as much as I wanted to be there and excited, I was focusing on those things going into Summit, right? So I'm sharing for two different things, right? If you are not at the place that you want yet in your business, do not go to Summit focusing on those things. Go into Summit thinking about how much you have progressed, how much you have changed. And I'm going to go through a series of things, questions to think about. But what are you proud of? Because regardless of where you are at this business, you wouldn't be here, doing this and making the commitments and putting in the time and the energy unless it's impacted your life, unless you have made a ripple effect and started to do that on other people's lives, unless you are not obsessed with this process, being a coach, helping others, right? You are making an impact. So no matter where you are, you should be focusing on that. Focus on what you have already accomplished and use that and use this part of the year to then reflect going forward on what you want to improve on, right? It took me a really long time for me personally as a coach to realize and to fully accept that there is no failing in this business, right? There is no failing unless you quit. There really isn't, because every single opportunity, every single obstacle, every single bump, every single thing that happens in your coaching business and your personal growth journey as a coach happens for a reason. They're all opportunities for you to learn and to grow. And when you can really take that mindset, because it's 100% a mindset shift that you need to make, and shift from any bumps, any hurdles, anything that you're maybe not at where you want to be yet, and look at it as an opportunity to learn, you will transform the progression of your growth going forward. So that is kind of really in a nutshell what I really want you guys to take away from tonight. If nothing else, is at this point in the year, you're halfway through the year, right? If you have goals, look at them as an opportunity, everything that you've accomplished and everything you have not yet accomplished as an opportunity to grow and to work. Okay, if you are not going to Summit, right, you can live stream the opening ceremonies, the closing ceremonies. When we're there, Rose or I will post the links to those things in the group. The actual Summit speakers won't be live streamed, but I'm sure that some of the coaches on the team will be taking pics, taking videos as much as we can, and putting little bits and pieces in there. After the Summit event, they almost always come out with YouTubes of the videos. So maybe not a week or two later, but eventually long-term, you'll be able to get some access to those videos of what's shared. So I highly recommend that you tune in, like be engaged like you are there, because there's going to be so much exciting new information that's going to be shared. So watch the live streams and use this as an opportunity to also really set an intention. Like use this week, pretend you're there, right? Use this week as really like a self-reflection, self-assessment week, a growth week for you to say, what do I really want to focus on for the next half of the year? What do I want to accomplish, right? And most importantly, if you're not going at Summit, be at a Super Saturday or Super Sunday, because that's just a couple weeks away. And they're definitely going to piggyback, I'm sure, on a lot of information that comes out at Summit. It'll be at Super Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to go through a series of questions that I want you guys to think about. You can write these down. If you miss it, don't worry. I can type these up in the team page and put them in a post. But what I would really like you guys to do, right? So this is a really good activity for you to do if you're going to Summit, like by Monday, like the day you get back, no later than that. And if you're not going to Summit, throughout this whole entire week, to use as a really reflection on where you're at in your business. Okay. So these are the things that I want you guys to think about. Number one, what have you accomplished so far this year? Okay. For you, that could be, you know, how many people you've helped. It could have been the income that you earned. It could have been the physical transformation. It could have been whatever it is. It could be the team that you built. It could be one person that you've changed their life. You know, whatever that is for you. What have you accomplished? What are you proud of? Okay. Number two, what has brought you joy? What makes you fired up? What makes you put a smile on your face? And I'll just share this quick story with you. On what's today? I don't even know what day of the week it is. Tuesday. Yesterday. Okay. I connected with this woman on Friday randomly. I've talked to her like a year ago. I haven't talked to her in a whole entire year. She messaged me out of the blue. She saw one of my nutrition posts. She said, "Hey, can you share with me more about that?" So I chatted back and forth a little bit, small talk, but we didn't get into like a lot of deep stuff. She learned about Tubi. She said it seemed interesting. Yesterday, she messaged me and she said, you know, it looks really awesome, but I want to just honestly tell you like the truth. Like I am honestly at rock bottom. I'm struggling like in every aspect of my life, financially, mentally, emotionally. I feel so totally lost. I wake up in the morning and I have anxiety going to work. Like the thought of going to work makes me go into like a panic attack. I cry on my way to work, like honestly. And then I get to work, I put a smile on my face, I act like everything's peachy keen, I talk, chit chat, everything seems normal. I get in my car and I cry. Like I'm so stuck and I don't know why. Like she's like, I used to work out. I used to do this. I just feel so stuck. And I honestly feel like I have no other choice, like that this is my last option. And I feel like I need this, but I'm so scared. I had chills talking to this woman, right? Those type of real raw, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to like lay it all out on you." And I'm like, honestly, this is the best conversation I've had in a whole entire month. It's real. It's raw. It gave me chills talking to you because number one, exactly how she feels is how I felt, you know? And I immediately made me feel like goosebumps and like in my core, in my stomach, in my heart, like so freaking proud. No matter the fact that like, you know, I wasn't where I wanted to be at my success club yet this month, that I had like 25 billion things to do, that I felt like my head was popping off because I'm going to Summit, my kids and this and that. I like just stopped and was like, this is why I love what I do. This is amazing, right? It brings me so much joy when I can honestly, truly connect with someone at a deep level. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, like if this woman like really commits and decides like it's going to change your life, you know, that's on her. And I told her that, you know, and I was very clear and honest, but whatever brings you joy, right? Like, don't forget that. I very easily I know personally, get wrapped up in like the business and goals and rank and this and that and success club. And I can very easily, because I'm very motivated and driven and goal oriented, I can very easily forget about thinking about that. And I have to remind myself personally every single day, what brings you joy? What are you proud of? And focus on those things, because that's why we're here, right? And when you're in a positive state of energy, when you can focus on the joy, it's just going to ripple, right? The law of attraction, that energy is going to expand. And I know when I'm in that state, my posts are like on fire. I share with my team's on fire, like the energy ripples, and then it just creates this effect. So it's really important to focus on joy. Okay, that's my little rampage about joy. How have you made an impact, right? It could be that could be similar to accomplish, but how have you made an impact? Who have you helped so far this year? There may be certain particular challengers or customers or new coaches that like really make you feel proud that you've helped them. How have you helped yourself and others? what has this journey done for you physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, your family? What has this business done for you at a financial level? No matter how small or large, how has it impacted your life? Like, actually write down, and what is that? I know for me as a coach, when I was a new coach, I didn't do this, and I wish I did, because I would have every, $50, every $100, every, challenge pack, like it went to something, right? And it's very easy to just not think about that, what that does, but every single thing goes towards something. So what does that do? And how has that helped you? And most importantly, how have you grown this year? How have you changed in your mindset, in your personal development life? How have you changed as a person? How have you grown? How has this made you a better person? And think about specific things. Have you become more confident? Are you more courageous in posting? Have you, gotten rid of some of your limiting beliefs or transformed those into more empowering beliefs? What are those things that have changed for you? All right. So that is kind of like your self-assessment. You can look at those things from a positive lens and say, okay, what have I done for the first half of the year? Right. And all of those things are going to show what you've accomplished and how you've made changes and how you made advancements in your business. Okay. So you may have already set goals for yourself at this point in your business. And at that, after doing this little self-assessment, determine like what were your goals that you set. If you set a goal for Summit for June, did you reach it? Okay. If you didn't reach it, why didn't you reach it? Where's the gap? What do you need to do differently to reach that goal? Right? If you set a goal to be diamond, how come you didn't achieve it? Right? Obviously, like logistically, it's because you probably don't have either an X number of coaches, or you have a coach that is not emerald yet, right? So you need to either recruit more, which means you need to invite more, which means you need to share more about the coaching opportunity or more about whatever, challenge groups. And then you need to help your coach underneath you learn to do the same thing, right? So there can be very clear things. If that's just an example. What do you need to do to reach that goal? Okay. If you haven't set goals for yourself, if you're a new coach, we're going to go through now a series of things that I did when I was at my very first Super Sunday. My coach had me do this, and I still to this day, I don't know where my notebook is now, but I remember being at my first Super Sunday. She said to me, Leah, I want you to write down your goals for the next year. So I want you to write down your goals for the next month. So for all of you guys, if you've set goals for yourself already, that's fine. Maybe you need to modify those. If you haven't set goals for yourself, what is your goal for the next month? What do you want to accomplish by the end of July? What do you want to accomplish in 3 months? At the end of the year in 6 months? And what do you want to accomplish in 1 year? Okay. And I'm going to go through a series of things that you can look at in terms of what that means. That could mean something different for everybody. I remember when I wrote out these goals at my first Super Sunday, I said I wanted to be an emerald by my first, in 1 month. And then by 3 months, I wanted to be ruby. In 6 months, I wanted to be diamond. And I wanted to make X amount of dollars. And I wanted to pay X amount of debt off. And I wanted to help this many people. And I wanted to have this many coaches on my team. And there's power in writing things down. And I need to take this lesson myself, in the power in constantly doing this. But I do know, because I just as an example, I shared in in my own team page, I make these affirmations. Rose had us do these affirmation stickies last November in a leadership thing. And I have them on my bathroom wall, and I look at them every single time I go to the bathroom. And I looked a week and a half ago, and I was like, holy crap. They're all there. They're all accomplished. They're all coming true. I'm like, I need new ones now. But this whole month, I've been struggling to hit, like, Success Club was like, I was like 0 for like entire 2 weeks. And I'm like looking at my sticky notes, and I'm like, I don't have anything on there. I'm talking about coaches and building my team, but I still need challengers, right? I was like, I'm missing something. And I went up there and I wrote, new clients are coming to me daily, ready to invest in themselves. 2 days later, that girl messaged me that I just told you about. There's power in setting an intention and really writing it down. So doing these goals and writing them down and visualizing and seeing them on paper is so powerful. And then going back and looking at those is really exciting. So here's some things that you can look at. What do you want? These are in terms of what you want to achieve in these markers. What are your rank goals? What are your leadership ladder goals? Maybe how many customers or how many coaches do you want to help? What type of income goals do you have? I always make sure I set a personal goal too, which is, for my own personal development and for my physical journey. So, whether that is how many books do you want to read or audiobooks, or, what program do you want to finish, or X amount of pounds you want to lose, or transformation you want to have, whatever those are, and set a joy goal. Okay. A goal is something that's going to bring you joy. It can be anything, right? But what do you want to do, or what do you need to do? So for me, my joy goal is always be present with my family when I'm not working, enjoy the time with my family, and disconnect from work, because that's a major struggle for me. So I always said that as my joy goal, because I want to be filled with joy when I'm with my kids and present and not focusing on work, because I love what I do. But it's hard. I really struggle with disconnecting like completely. So I always set that as a joy goal for myself. That's all I got. Rose, anything else that you can think of in terms of other aspects of goals that you can use to set?
No, I think this was an awesome call. Like, those questions were great. And to make your goals like really short term, I think we always make these big, boisterous, like year goals, and then we don't know how to assess them during the year because it's so far off. So when you're like looking at your goals and you're like, oh, I didn't accomplish it, don't like use your assessment to like beat yourself up, but say like, all right, what am I doing? Be honest with yourself, right? Like, we have to give ourselves like those gut checks. Am I really doing the activities that's growing my business? And if you're saying, yes, I am, well, you know what? Things change. Maybe you need to change the activities that you're doing. You might be getting a little bit seasoned in this, right? So maybe your warm market is kind of going a little bit cold. So you have to kind of see how you need to funnel new people into your business. Maybe you have more of a cold market, so you have to assess your business for where you are now, not where you were when you first started, because that's always changing, right? Like, this business is always changing. Once you think you got it, you're like, crap, what happened? I don't get it, right? Like, and that's the thing, is like, you're always learning, you're always growing. I just made a post like, this is my 6th freaking summit. I'm like, oh my God, like, that seems so long. And each time I go, I learn something. Like, last year was a huge like learning lesson for me, like big time, like as a leader. So like this year, like, I know what I need to focus on, what I'm like not going to focus on, and bring the joy to it. And it, just always be in that learning mode, that you're not always going to have the perfect answer. You're not going to always reach your goals, but you always want to stop and take a look and say, wow, like, look where I came from, even if it's been a month, a week, a day, right? Like every day is a step towards growing, towards reaching your goals. So don't look back and say, oh, I didn't come so far. No, you did. Like most people, 99.9% of people don't even have the guts to sign up and do this. So like give yourself a pat on the back if you're looking at yourself and like, I didn't hit anything. No, like you signed up to do something that most people are too chicken to do this. So I applaud you all. I'm pumped for this week. Even if you're not going to be there, we'll miss you. We'll try and keep you guys in the loop as much as we can. But that's all I got. I don't know if anybody else, Lisa, we'll miss you. We'll miss everybody that is not going to be there. And guys, like July of 2019, I forget the dates off my top of my head, is going to be the next summit. Make it a non-negotiable. You have a whole year to plan this. Schools are out, so teachers, I know it's very hard. But for next year, make it a non-negotiable. Put aside the money. Make it a goal that you're going to pay for your summit flight and hotel before next year comes, right? Like put it down on paper, like Leah said, and make it a point to be there. There's nothing like being together. There's nothing like being at a live event. Like a team call won't do it. I'm sorry. A national wake-up call won't do it. A training on Facebook will not do it. You have to go to those live events to physically like change the state that you're in. And that's what these events are doing. Like it's physically changing your mindset. It's like Tony Robbins calls it like an immersion. Like you physically need to be there to have that change go on in your mind. So make it a non-negotiable for next year. If you're not coming, it's going to be in July, and the ticket prices will be half off. So probably like Thursday, Friday, or this Saturday, the tickets will go on sale for next year. Hop on those. They do sell out. And if you're like, I can't afford it, make it a freaking goal for July to earn your ticket, right? Help 3 people and you'll earn your ticket to Summit next year. All right, I'm done.
Yay.
Whoop, whoop. All right, anybody else that wants to?
Any questions or anybody want to share anything? Tina wrote in here, I feel like it's something a lot of people don't do, assess your short-term and long-term goals. I think it's really, really important that this is something that you do and reflect on every single month. It's something that I do every single month before I start. I set a goal for myself as far as what I want to achieve in terms of Success Club, income, rank, joy. I set those goals every month. And then at the end of the month, every month, I look and say, where did I fall? Did I make it? Did I miss it? What did I do well? What could I do better? Where can I fill that gap? So it's really important that not only do you do this activity this week. Okay, this is the last thing that I wanted to say. Everybody, this is your assignment, is to do this activity this week. By Monday, I want everyone to do this activity, and I want you guys to all share and post what your goals are. I'm going to make a post, and I will repeat the questions or the rank goals. What are your goals for the next 1, 3, 6 months, 1 year, and in terms of what different areas? And I want everybody to do it by next Monday, including everybody that's going to Summit, and then we can to keep ourselves, hold each other accountable, and of course share, right? Because it's an awesome opportunity to do that. I like to sometimes see like I do this with my Success Club partners, and sometimes they'll have a goal in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I missed that. I need that, right? That's something that I need to focus on. So it helps me to see others and hold me accountable. All right, that's it.
Thanks, Leah. And I see Ashley freaking working out like a champ. Go girl. Doing 2 things at once.
Lauren, someone posted in the team page about the dates, but I don't know the exact dates. This weekend we'll know the exact dates. And we'll share that. I heard it's in Indy again and in July, but I'm going to wait till I make sure I'm there and they say Indy on the big screen and they give me the dates and I'm be like, okay, yay, I'm going to Indy again. I'm going to pretend like I don't know.
All right, ladies. Thank you. Have a good one. We'll see ya.
Bye, guys.